Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about Hardcore Henchman. Somebody requested that I talk about it, so I figured why not, let's make a little video. Let's talk about what I have played in it. To be fair, I've only played one Hardcore Henchman tournament. I did end up winning it, but um, so Hardcore Henchman, what is close deployment. Now I'm going to tell you right now, if I get something wrong rules-wise, that's because I've only played it once. I have thought about it a good bit, so it's not like I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass the whole time. Let me think. It's 20 soul stones. You have a henchman lead it, obviously. 4 models. You can't summon. You have to have 4 models. It's turf war, assassinate, and that's it, right? I think it's just turf war, assassinate. So the list I won with was Trixie with Dirty Cheater, Bert with Dirty Cheater, Lenny, and 1 stuffed piglet. And the way the list works is, 1, it's very combo based, but 2, it's just in such a small game, it can be super obnoxious. So the whole Bert Trixie thing, right? They have Dirty Cheater. So first off, now you're getting multiple AP, right? You have 3 AP from them, a stuffed piglet, which doesn't matter, but it's annoying. It's a lot of people tend to bring one little shitty thing anyway, and then Lenny's 2 AP. Other good things is Lenny can throw them if needed. But as a whole, like as a core group, right? Both of them can put attacks on the Lenny if needed. Bert has built-in rams for his attack and for his defensive trigger and damage reduction. Trixie has built-in rams for her attack, which lets Lenny attack, right? And damage reduction. So as a fighting unit, it's actually very strong since you're not going to go against that many stone users. Because one thing that's really good against Trixie's attack is if you stone her attack and then there's no damage, Lenny doesn't get to swing. But because a lot of people take very high cost henchmen, they don't usually have a big cash to stone your attacks. You know, Bert's doing min 4 around Lenny, which is better than most models you're going to see at this level. Lenny's min 3. You only have really 3 models to worry about, 2 being your main, Trixie and Bert. So because they both have Dirty Cheater and you have a 6-card hand, it's usually very likely you're cheating a lot of things on them. So they will heal very fast. If people don't take them out in one go, they're probably going to die. And probably the most obnoxious part of the tree this list is if somebody, like I faced somebody that took Teddy and then like 2 Terratots and Barbaros, and I just pushed back Teddy with Trixie all the time. And because she comes with 5 stones, 1, you're gonna outstone people, so you can always like stone for cards. 2, Trixie can always cheat to go first if needed. But more importantly, you can always like add. It's not that it doesn't feel that bad to add a crow. So if you have, you know, I don't know, a 13 in hand, add a crow, push back their big model, make it slow. Now they're pretty much down a whole model, and what can they do with it? I mean, a slow Teddy that got pushed back his charge is pretty useless in this scenario. So you can usually screw with the turf war, and if they have little things, you know, turn 2, Lenny can always throw Bert into a good position and go kill one of their models. And in this kind of situation, when a model dies, it starts to snowball real quick, like because now it's 4 versus 3, especially if they die in a bad position. So it can just get stupid real quick. Obviously, there's things that can beat it, but I like the list. I mean, like I said, I've only run 1 hardcore henchman. I've only played in 1 hardcore henchman. It worked fine. It was a good list. Uh, that's I think another list that could. I think so. Let's take I don't know a couple of minutes. I don't want to make this video 20 minutes about hardcore henchman because I don't think it requires it. I think it's a fun format. It's goofy with stupid things in it. You can kind of take what you want. Like even Mancho would probably be okay here. Obviously Trixie has a lot of upside to her as the henchman. I played like several like really high stone henchmen, so as far as soul stones goes, they didn't have many. I didn't realize how big an advantage it is to have like those 5 stones until I played it and realized like, oh, I have a bad hand. Here's 2 more cards from me. Oh, I need to stone for this suit on Trixie. Great, I have it. Oh, I got a damage prevent. Perfect. Like you don't like it's really crazy how good it is to have a couple stones. So even because I played like Archie, and then he had no stones, so every time he drew a bad hand, he was just fucked. Like, what can you do? So I do think you need some beaters though. Bert's obviously really good about it. I mean, Gremlin comes with a lot of things. I mean, Gremlin's just having extra AP is nice, right? Like Lenny particularly works well in this crew because of the damage reduction, like his rams and damage reduction is like perfect for this like scenario, right? Because you're gonna stay in a tight ball anyway in turf war. That's why like Lenny's falling out of favor in real games, but in turf war it's like he shines. 3, 4, 5 damage, immune to conditions, armor for everybody. Fucking Trixie hits you, and then you get hit by Lenny. Ugh, so dirty. All that's so dirty. I do think you could run McTavish as your hench too. He provides damage. He's hard to assassinate. He's a lot of stones, but you get 2 stones. You still have 2 stones with him, but he's really, he gets cover from everything. McTavish. I mean, you can even run McTavish, Trixie, Bert, upgrades in like a Bayou or something. I'm trying to think. I think you're going to put Bert in. I think Bert is like one of the best. Anything with like fucking reckless. I mean, this sounds stupid, but you could make Frank could be your leader. Could be like Frank Bert. Who else is dirty? You don't need taxidermist in this because of you're useless in this. I mean, even Lenny. Lenny's a lot of points. 7. See, since it's 21 points, like you could do Frank, Bert, Trixie, Lightning Bug. I mean, then you're talking you get 12 AP a turn. Even something like double Lightning Bugs, Bert, and then a big ass like a McTavish type henchman. Because it's like that's just a kill list. Then I think the thing about Trixie is she doesn't. The reason that list is so good that I said is because it kills just fine. I mean, Trixie is melee 7 and gives you an extra attack from Lenny. But not only that, Bert does more than almost everybody. Min. But like but she pushes. I think that's the thing that really pushes it over the top for me, is because there are so many models in Hardcore Henshin that are susceptible to just being like screwed by a Trixie push with slow. Like you just get screwed. You can't do anything. You're already behind. You lose 1 turf war and you lost the game almost because she pushed you out, and then you just can't recover from that. You don't have the models to like come back and beat her off. So I just think the pushback is too good in this because it almost is like killing a big model. It just takes you out of the game, and you don't need the scheme run. You don't need a lot of the little shit, and the stuff piglet's always annoying. Like you just run it up next to somebody, and then oh look, they gotta kill it. Bert's immune to the damage from it. So that's my little bit on Hardcore Henchman. I mean, clearly I don't play it that often, but if I do, it's Trixie Dirty Cheater, Bert Dirty Cheater, Lenny, Stuffed Piglet. I believe that is exactly right. Yeah, it's 9, 7, 2, 2 upgrade. Yep, that's perfect. 20 stones. Take it. Play it tight. Things like throw Bert up. Like things. Usually, what I'll do is I'll throw Trixie up, and this all changes. But since you have a throw Trixie up, and since you're probably not going to attack with Bert turn 1, you can walk him up yourself. Walk Lenny up once. Use one of Trixie's lures for Lenny, and then she gets 2 pushbacks, and then you kind of like have your area of damage, and then you have Trixie's mass trigger on her attack to get people close in. Stuff Piglet for activate. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, lots of healing because of Dirty Cheater. It should work fine versus most things if you play it all right. Good luck in your next hardcore henchman. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what I would do. And as I said, haven't played with anything else. I think McTavish and Mantra could work just fine. Sammy probably is useless in this. I mean, the more reckless, the more AP, the better. Frank kind of kills himself, so he's not good as your leader. He could be good as a second model. I just like the idea of not dying with my models, so I don't really love the idea of Frank, though he could work just fine. Who else? Any other reckless models? No. Old Major, Gracie. If you could do Old Major, Gracie, Lenny, Stuffed Piglet, I think that would be really good. But you can't. Gracie's too many points with Saddle to do that. Too many points, period. I think something like if you want to go the pig route, Old Major, Sal. Gracie's 10. You could do Old Major, Gracie, Sal, Stuffed Piglet. I also think you could go Bert instead, and then maybe take Saddle on Old Major. That gives you 4 points left. A Piglet maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe you don't need Saddle, but I think it's pretty good. See, the thing is, there's no real purpose of the Sal because she can't summon her shit afterwards. I mean, you could do Old Major with Saddle and then like a Bert, Frank, Bert, Trixie. Why not just take the Lenny thing? What is Old Major gonna do shit for you? Yeah, I don't see. I mean, Old Major Gracie is like obnoxious, but I think you'll get more out of doing Trixie as your leader. That's my suggestion, guys. Go annoy some people with it. Thanks.